let's just say one of the greatest lies, and we've talked about this concept many times on this stream. One of the greatest lies of shill Hollywood, shill media, is to say, look how much this movie made. And they just put out the gross.
Mm-hmm.
They just tell you how much overall made. They don't talk about the net. And
they don't understand it. They don't understand the difference.
I think some do. They just don't want to because they know that they know the stan audience, the normie audience, doesn't generally understand. So they know they can push the false narrative of look how much it's made. And this caught my eye a few days ago on the X Twitter, and then I was going to ignore it until I spotted this article yesterday. And I just want to bring this up that let's start the talk of, oh, Disney Star Wars is profitable. Because Disney released their Lucasfilm numbers according to, it was an article, I think, I forget where, Disney Star Wars made a total of $12 billion in the past decade.
Gotta be the gross.
That's gotta be the gross.
Yeah.
This is a flat out lie.
Yeah. I'm about to say, who was drinking when they wrote this?
It's Shill BR. So, well, actually, Shill BR wrote the article. Disney Lucasfilm put it out there. Disgusting Films was the first one to tweet it on Twitter when I saw it. But this has to be one of my biggest pet peeves in dealing with these idiots because and I've actually been taking a break from X Twitter just because one, I'm sick, and when I'm sick, I don't have the energy to troll the morons, and that's half the reason I exist on Twitter. I'm sure the Disney stands. I've just been the Disney Star Wars stands. I've just been circle jerking the hell out of this one.
Oh, yeah, they're good.
See, look how much money. Look at this, you haters, you toxic fans, you people who don't understand how great this is. Look, it made $12 billion in the past 12 years. No, that's gross. I mean, Jed, we've done the math on the movies.
Oh yeah,
the
movies alone.
The movies alone made almost half of this, gross wise. With the sequel trilogy,
Mm-hmm.
add in the other ones,
costing $1.5 billion.
Yeah,
for the trilogy.
But you add in the other ones, then they've crossed, I guess, a little over 6. If you add all 5 of their Disney live action movies, I guess they made some money off licensing games, off something in the merch that they've squeezed out the $12 billion because no money came out of Disney Plus. Not a damn thing. So for them to just say have made $12 billion, it's flat out lie, and it disgusts me. And there are people who are going to believe this because, as we just said, they don't know the difference. This is gross, not net.
Yeah, it's nonsensical at this point. Like Disney's in a spiral. It's in a free fall. Star Wars is dead. Nobody cares. The MCU is dead.
Yes.
It's just apathy, like so much so that like they're like, aren't they reworking Blade again for like the 18th time? I just saw an article the other day.
That movie's never going to happen.
No, it's not.
It's not going to happen. Marshall Ali is eventually going to walk.
Oh yeah, he's going to be like, dude, I'm done with this crap. This is horseshit. Like you guys can't pull your head out of your ass.
Yeah,
I don't either, because he's actually a good actor.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
He said some stupid stuff, but he is very talented.
Well, we're talking about his talent. He's a good actor. But you look at this, and you understand this is Disney releasing this number to the uneducated is another pathetic attempt to rally support for the proxy war in 3 weeks. That's what this is. First week in April, Nelson Peltz with Ike Perlmutter backing him and Elon Musk cheerleading him from the sidelines, being as much of a troll as possible. This is Bob Iger doing another moment to try and scare up some interest. Because you notice they say $12 billion from Star Wars, leaving out that let's forget the fact that it's gross and net, whatever. They don't mention the giant other flops that came out of Lucasfilm. Let's talk the $1 billion lost on Indiana Jones. Let's talk all the loss on Willow.
Mm-hmm.
And what else have they done? Oh,
it's not even on Disney Plus anymore.
Yeah,
like,
they
get
made
rid
more
of that
money.
crap.
They made more money yeeting it.
Yeah,
off of Disney Plus. But this is all about trying to protect the board of directors. It's this is a false narrative to make them look strong. Because all the quick reader, all the I don't want to say uneducated, the uninformed reader will do is say, "Oh my God, 12 billion! That's a lot of money. I guess Disney's doing okay."
Well, this isn't just Screen Rant being willfully misleading without saying net versus gross, but that follow-up sentence saying they tripled their profits. That is an objective lie.
Yes.
That's where it comes in. It's not just misleading. It's not framing it in a certain way that idiots will take the wrong conclusion away from it. It's straight up false news.
Yeah, I mean, because and they're only basing it on the fact that like, oh, well, they bought Star Wars for like what, $4.7 billion. Like, ooh, woohoo, profits. No, dude. Like, because all the money you dumped into these garbage movies, the promotions, like, you lost a lot more. Like, if we were to take the purchasing price and then the production and all that price and marketing prices, that $12 billion, you're probably going to be looking at you lost somewhere in the neighborhood of like, I don't know, 3.5, 4 billion.
I think at this point we've tried to do the math. They haven't made any profit at all on this. At best, they've maybe made $1 billion. After
that is so hard.
The biggest problem is how expensive the TV shows are.
Yeah,
yes.
They're
the price of a fucking movie.
But this is the thing: you bought it for $4.7 billion. It was bought for, right?
Yeah.
So you bought it for $4.7 billion. Then you made movies that cost about $2 billion, give or take. So you add that to that. Then production costs for television shows that do not pull a profit at all. Then let's not forget merchandising, which you also dumped a whole bunch of money into that no one is buying on the shelves.
Hasbro says we're not going to produce these figures because our numbers show no one's going to buy.
It's not. You're hemorrhaging cash. The idea that you gross 12 billion when you're still in the red means nothing. If you gross 12 billion, but you spent in the neighborhood of about, to be conservative, $20 billion.
Yeah, that's probably
what are you talking about?
And now take it. Remember, and let's take into account the failures of the physical media sales. No one buys these things on Blu-ray and DVD. The shows go, "Oh, look, I bought this." No, you didn't. You did, but you didn't because you're the only one that did. So there's no money there. The comic book runs out of Disney Marvel. Failure. Nobody reads.
No one wants to read the cooking competition comic
Not
book
just
run?
that's High Republic. That's separate. I'm talking about the bastardized history they've done around the Darth Vader comic line, trying to shoehorn in history there. How they're trying to milk. They have created a desiccated corpse of the time between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi in the comics. They have jammed in so much garbage. It's literally impossible. It's only a year and a half in the timeline between those movies. Only a year and a half. All the shit they have going down in there can't possibly happen. And a lot of it is to pump up the failures of content coming out of stuff like Solo.
Well,
and all that shit.
Not to mention, after the ObiWan show came out and was so highly praised, they doubled down and they put that comic out like what, 6 months after the fact, where they're like, oh, well, maybe ObiWan when he was younger, he might have been a little bi, right? Like, are you kidding me?
I thought that was a young adult novel. I thought that was a young adult novel that they did that in.
I don't know what it was, but it was a
novel.
thing. And it's like, you have Ewan McGregor saying, I'll do season 2 if you want. It's like, bro, you're the only one. You're the only one.
Yeah. It's they're if you realistically look at the entire Disney Star Wars franchise, there is no profit in sight because any profit that a video game made went to the company that made it, not Disney. Disney got paid for the licensing fee, and that's it.
I mean, you even have the journey back to Star Wars expansion pack for Sims 4, which was essentially which had the sequel trilogy in, and I'm thinking nobody's gonna want that because you based it around the sequel trilogy, which barely anyone likes. Not even I went anyone near it.
And
nope.
And let's look at a current day moment. Something that happened in the past week. there was the giant build-up for the re-release of Battlefront, the remaster of Battlefront. A lot of people cited me. I'm not excited. It wasn't my game. I didn't really enjoy it when I played it. I'm not a online run around shoot things with people guy. It's not my thing. A lot of people were excited for this though. Those gamers that were getting into it were devastated because the whole thing was a disaster. Not enough server space.
Did you hear how many servers they had?
Three.
Yeah, I heard that they had room for 192 people. That's how much room that they made on opening night.
It was a disaster.
Tell me you don't care. Telling me you don't care.
Thank you, Static. That's the best way. Show me you don't care about the one thing that you can make money on. The original trilogy and the prequel trilogy, the thing that people actually care about. There was genuine excitement. And what do? You shit the bed. You shit the bed and you roll around in it. That's what they hate George's Galaxy Far Away.
Mm-hmm.
Far Away. They don't want it to be working because if people like this, they like it for original Star Wars, real Star Wars. They don't buy sequel trilogy crap. So it would go against the narrative that people are excited for sequel trilogy. That one day, in 10 years, you're going to look upon the sequel trilogy the way people look on the prequel trilogy now. Yeah, that ain't happening.
It's not happening.
10 years. It's been nearly 10 years. People still don't like the flipping sequel trilogy.
Well, it's
2015.
It's been since the Force Awakens. It's been what 6 years now.
I'll allow it, Dragon Lady. It's 10 years.
No, I'm gonna go with her. It's been literally almost the better part of a decade because there were people who called out the Force Awakens, said, "I don't know, bro. I'm not feeling it. There's something off."
Oh, I was that.
And I wasn't one of them. I'm gonna admit I wasn't one of them. So no, I mean I was very excited, and then I saw it, and I was like, "All right, that was pretty good." And then The Last Jedi came out, and I was like, right, I liked it. And then as it sat on me, and I'm like, I don't think I like it. And then
that was me with Ghostbusters 2016, and I'm not gonna be ashamed to admit that. And first time I was like, okay, fine, fair enough, Lady Ghostbusters. And then the second time I was like, I don't know. I'm getting a bit cold feet in this one now, unfortunately.
I mean, my EU background kept me insulated. I never smoked the Kool-Aid on this on Disney Star Wars, so I understand.
I
got snowed. Yeah, people got snowed, and I've said this before. Back in the day when it all started, I said I wonder if anybody's ever going to come to my side of this again, because everybody's so happy. And a former friend of mine said, "Dude, one day people are going to be exactly where you are." And I said, "I don't know, dude." And well, he was right.
Eventually it sunk in, and everybody's like, I don't know. And it just kept getting worse and worse. And they kept doubling down and calling people names. And it's like,
well, that's the thing.
Like, yeah, that's the worst thing you could do. Like, what are you, 12?
Yeah. And they still do it. They still do it. They do it. They will attack the people who they needed on their side because they hate us. They hate that we see the truth. That we see it is in Star Wars. And the stan base, those who, again, it's one of my favorite memes, who will sit there under the pooping dog with their mouth open, waiting for that next load of Disney Star Wars garbage. They are the worst people to have on your side because they are disingenuous. They are not real. All they ever will talk about is how great Disney Star Wars is. And when they talk about real Star Wars, it's only to prop up Disney Star Wars, to either demean it or use elements from the real thing to try and connect it to Disney Star Wars. Like, oh, look, they're doing this here. It's all pathetic. There's no way they've made money. It is complete and total failure. And those who are saying the acolyte is going to save things in about 6 months. I will see you in 6 months with my review.
6 months? We gotta wait that long for that piece of
somewhere around June, July. I mean, July.
Wait, that's still coming out?
Yeah. Acolyte's coming.
There's trailer.
There's those
coming.
Isn't it done?
It's been done. It's been
Dude,
done. They've
just
been delaying
drop
that.
it like a fart in the wind, like you did with Echo.
No,
that was
no,
a
I
fart
want
in the-
weekly. No, I want weekly. I want weekly. I want to spend.
No,
I mean,
Adam,
well-
you will not get the satisfaction. No.
I
Just
want
drop
weekly
it all.
too, but do you think they're
No.
going to do weekly? I think they're going to do a
Yes.
fart in the wind.
Dude, they're doing Bad Batch weekly, and that thing is a
Mhm.
piece of shit.
Thanks for watching, everybody. If you'd like to reach out to me, please email me at theranernerd@gmail.com for all channel business purposes. I am on Twitter now, mostly for promotion and sharing of videos, maybe a little shit stirring here and there, who knows, at @theranernerd. You can also find me at the Geeks and Gamers forums under @ROAS, and you can see me on Rumble and Odyssey under the Renaissance Nerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.